Capitol Hill Block Party came and went, but the vibe is here to stay.
What's poppin', everybody? My name is Marshall. I'm in the Marshall Law Band, and we're so excited to be a part of our first ever Capitol Hill Block Party.
Tonight, we go behind the scenes and behind the music.
It's a different kind of rock and roll, you know, like it's family cheesy.
These local artists got ready for the big show.
I like a lot of people that been trying to hate up on me, but that's okay because I'm trying to shoot like Kobe. I don't know nobody else trying to hate up on. That's okay because I gotta throw the dog a bone.
KIRO 7 presents the 2019 Capitol Hill Block Party.
Hey everyone, Producer Pabs here. We have an incredible weekend filled with local artists and their backstories behind their music. We're here in Capitol Hill, which is truly the heartbeat of Seattle. We have great food, great bars, inclusive environment, and every year it plays host to one incredible block party. Tonight is for the culture, Seattle.
My name is Daniela Fridico. I'm a psychologist and I own a nonprofit called Sensory Access.
All right, so what is happening going on in here? Because it's all comfortable.
Yeah, so we're at Capitol Hill Block Party. Our nonprofit helps autistic youth have access to festivals and concerts and so forth by providing them noise-reducing headphones, a really cool, chill sensory space where they can come and kind of relax and not have as much sensory impact. We have earplugs, we have fidgets, we have cool, comfy seating. So it's just a great place to kind of chill out and avoid all the sensory stuff and then go right back out there and enjoy the live music with everyone else.
Got the hero's perspective, inception from Marshall, Texas. My family broke connections with our slavery ancestry. That day forward, we were destined, change directions. Migrated western, we gon' get a piece of this pie. Same dream up in my eye that my daddy had in LA when he watched the Watts riot. Now my city on fire from the latest protest. Stress be weighing down my neck. Need to find my inner balance. Need to focus on my talents, not heads. Everybody know why I came. I spit a scheme to make them shake up their brain. A nod heads. I swear my mind transcends when the DJ plays my band. But if there's sunshine or if there's rain, heat wave or blizzard, and I chose the game, so I will remain. Let my band communicate. Game well equipped, part ways with the whips, broke chains on my wrist, but the pain still exists. I insist that you listen every word that I spit. I got gone with the wind. I put bars in my sentence, switch goals to intentions, made kings out of henchmen, turned starter into benchman. Who varsity is freshman? It start pouring when it rained. It got boring being the same. I had to pull a couple strings, break your neck when I sing. Nod heads. Everybody know why I came. I spit a scheme to make them shake up their brain. A nod heads. I swear my mind transcends when the DJ plays my band. But if there's sunshine or if there's rain, heat wave or blizzard, and I chose the game, so I will remain.
The Capitol Hill Block Party features tons of local artists, and each one has a different story to tell. We met Eva and Cedric Walker of the Black Tones. They were raised by Southern parents in the Pacific Northwest, which had a major influence in their debut album, Cobain and Cornbread. They are truly a family-first band, and as you're about to find out, historians of rock and roll.
And you two are actually twins, correct?
We are twins, and if you have to know, I'm older.
No, they didn't ask that question. Nobody asked that question at all. I had found out that Eva was keeping a secret for a long time, that she was a fantastic singer. And I went to see her sing at the Northwest Folklife Festival back in 2012, or was it 11? Okay, it was 11. And she went up there to play an acoustic set, And I started getting a little teary-eyed. She likes to tell people that I was bawling and like, but no, I was moved. Is really what it was I was moved. I was like, wow, I did not know that my twin, who's supposed to tell me everything, by the way, has been keeping this from me for so long.
I mean, there would be no band if it wasn't for him wanting to invest in what he saw at that Folklife Festival. He decided to invest in my music, and the Black Tones was created. So, I mean, I give credit to him to how the band started. I didn't think I would be doing this with anyone else. Having a band, I was just like, I'm gonna just play what I like to play. There was no sight of the Black Tones is gonna happen someday. So I definitely give that credit to him. Doing this with family and like us looking at each other, we have like a connection that, I mean, I know I don't have with anyone else. That it's like, cool, cool, we're in this together, man. Like, if they boo us, we get booed together.
Right.
We'll just go home and eat red beans and rice and talk about it.
Like, man, that was a rough show, huh?
That was rough.
A lot of people, when they come to, a show, they get a family experience. And I know I talked to a lot of people after our album release at Chop Suey, and they said it just felt like that whole room was one big family. It's not your typical backstage, It's you come to our backstage. It's my mom, sister.
Maybe Scrabble.
Yeah, like it's a different kind of rock and roll. Like it's family cheesy.
That's what keeps us grounded.
I know when we kind of first started, one of the things that Eva would do, and I kind of took this from her because she would do it, but she would kind of go through the list of old, rock bands and rock and rollers and kind of just work her way back into the past and always bring things back to how rock and roll was started, mainly by, blues and old soul and stuff like that, and kind of just reminding people of the history of rock and roll before it became more of a, I guess, for lack of a better term, white-dominated genre. But
I used to go on stage and say, you wouldn't have rock and roll without blues, gospel, and black people, is something that I would say to audiences. And of course, although that is true, and us more than anyone believe that, like, of course music is for everyone. Like, I love the Doors, I love the Rolling Stones, and I love what some of these like white rock and rollers did with rock and roll music. They did a very good job with it. I just don't want people to forget the history of it, because when I see bands that are just the Doors or the Rolling Stones or that look like them, then they kind of think, oh, well, this is different, this is weird. It's like, no, it's not weird. If you knew the history, then you know it isn't weird, that we're supposed to be doing this because we want to be doing it. Music is for everyone. So just to like put an exclamation point on it, even though we probably put 8 exclamation points on already. Like the Rolling Stones, I always use an example. Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin, they're from the UK. They were listening to those black American blues musicians over in the US. The Rolling Stones named their band after a Muddy Waters song. Led Zeppelin thanked and paid homage to Robert Johnson in their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech. It's like they are recognizing where the music comes from. And so everyone else needs to understand that. So I'm not going to say, oh, Zeppelin just stole it from black people. Well, it's like people can be inspired, but I like that those bands, like the Rolling Stones, were acknowledging that history and acknowledging where it came from.
It's people who respect the history will be the ones that will be respected when they make the music,
Lights on, this shit is.
there's artists like Port Orchard's Scarlett Park. You know, her smooth sounds draw inspiration from The Little Mermaid, Amy Winehouse, and the classic tunes of Frank Sinatra. But it's actually the raindrops of the Pacific Northwest that triggers Park's potency behind the mic. Check her out.
Well, so I lived on Capitol Hill for like 3 years. I had my very first apartment by myself, and it's just everything. It's everything. I mean, anything that you want is on Capitol Hill, and anything you don't want is also on Capitol Hill. It's the best of everything. Like I love Capitol Hill. It's like the first place I come when I come back home. Well, living in the Pacific Northwest definitely helps people get a little more creative because you have to stay inside. It rains a lot, or it's gloomy, and so you have to, you know, really get in touch with your feelings and your emotions, and that's why I think there are so many artists that come out of the Northwest specifically, and specifically really good music. I mean, just for decades and decades, there's been these amazing artists that have come out of Seattle, and I think we can blame a lot of that on the weather. So thanks.
And what got you into music?
You want the real answer? The Little Mermaid. I was obsessed with The Little Mermaid, and after that was obsessed with Ella Fitzgerald, and after that was obsessed with Christina Aguilera, and then Amy Winehouse, and kind of all these prolific singer-songwriters, female singer-songwriters. And it all started with Ariel. Well, first and foremost, my songs up to now are all stories in their own right. And so every song has a different vibe, a different rhythm, beat, and origin. But I think it can all fall under the umbrella of soul, pop, a little bit of electro flair, and definitely kind of moving more into the hip hop, chill hop kind of arena as I explore, you know, myself and my sound more. I actually got in a car accident, and that car accident kind of really put things in perspective for me as far as, you know, you're young once, you get one life, you know, the kind of YOLO in a different way. Like, okay, like you kind of have to get it together, and if, you know, this is your chance to either make it or break it, and like, are you going to be that person that quits, or are you going to look back and be like, I rocked that? So, funny story, like 4 years ago, I hit up Evan, the booker of Numos, and I was like, you don't know who I am yet, but I'm Scarlett Park, and one day I'm gonna play Capitol Hill Block Party. And he was like, okay, I don't know who you are, you're right, and goodbye. And no, he was actually really nice, but it's like, it is a dream come true. Like, ever since I moved to Seattle, it was just like, that is the festival, right? I mean, Bumbershoot is great, but it doesn't feature as many local musicians, and it doesn't have that really neighborhood vibe. And Capitol Hill Block Party is like, I mean, it's the last standing festival, you know? It's so much fun. I try to go every year, and the fact that get to perform like Saturday night before Lizzo, I'm like, I can't wait. I'm excited to see all the artists perform. I'm excited. I'm getting the opportunity to like have dancers and have like a visual DJ and throw the big show that in my head, like, honestly, I've always dreamed of. So it means a lot. You guys want to put your cell phones up as a quick lighter? Get closer, not closer, it's great. Please put your phones up. Light me up over here, y'all. Light me up. Thank you. Yeah, keep going. Grab those phones. Let's get this place lit up. Like night sky. What do you say? When you never feel
hip-hop artist Logic said it best, because people don't buy music in this day and age, they buy the brand. And that's a message Scarlet Park knows all too well. Park Ave is the name, a social network for musicians and artists to connect, collab, and as Park says,
because I want everybody to feel like they have a chance to do the damn thing.
This community has quickly gained traction with the goal of making sure artists feel seen, respected, paid, and taken care of. Scarlet Park, more than the music, she's an artist with a bigger purpose and understands the bigger picture.
Park Ave is a networking app and community for musicians / artists / for anybody basically in the community, but mostly revolves around music. And I created that because it was something that I really desperately needed. It was just a way to connect and find people without, you know, without necessarily needing to be at every single show, like talking to every single person. And the entertainment industry is still very word of mouth. And I think that, you know, that's the last industry to really catch on in an organized online kind of way, at least that I could find. And I also have been a party planner forever. I used to plan weddings, and so part of Park Ave is also just throwing events that are geared towards making sure that musicians feel seen, respected, paid, and taken care of, not just hired help. Because a lot goes into being a musician. Park Ave is just a way for kind of a musicians union eventually. I would love for it to just be a place where artists can talk about what they've been through, talk about what's worked, what hasn't worked, you know, who they recommend, who maybe they don't recommend, and kind of this just, I don't know, kind of just an accountability and a place for everybody to feel connected and seen and heard and you know, family. Honestly, it's been really cool. I was super nervous to even try to start anything like that. I did have a lot of people in the community at the beginning kind of saying, like, who do you think you are? Like, it's not like you run this community or anything, you know, it was just something that I kind of had to bite the bullet and just, you know, say, if I need this, I bet somebody else needs this, and I hope that it works. And we've been running for 1.5 years now, and we get testimonials all the time of, thank you so much, I found my drummer that I've been desperately needing on the app, or I found a really good sound engineer, and you know, just I was able to share a song that was unreleased and get really valuable feedback that then made the song better for when I did release it. So it's been really, really, really cool, and I've definitely benefit from just, it's expanded my network by 100,000 already, and you know, it really is just because I want everybody to feel like they have a chance to do the damn thing. And a lot of this goes in with Park Ave. You know, the more success that either Park Ave or I am, you know, able to achieve really puts me in a position to help people that went through really bad things growing up, similar to what I did, and I want to work with people that I feel like were in the same position as me when I was younger, and help them and just help them like grow into the person that they want to be, even if, you know, they don't have that support system. And yeah, that's my end game, is to just really love to help encourage kids. Mm-hmm. In 5 years, I hope that Park Ave is I hope it's in every national city helping local artists. I hope that I am performing at an awards festival, killing it like Lizzo. Maybe I can even pick up the flute or something and we can do a flute / saxophone solo together. Hit me up. Jokes aside, I really hope that Park Ave is a national brand that is helping local artists in every major city, helping them do their thing, schedule their tours, be treated right. I hope that I am able to help kids and start music programs in schools, and that I'm, you know, able to dance better and and tour and inspire people. And I just really hope that I am able to stay lit on the inside so that I can help others feel lit on the inside as well.
Producer Pabs here. There's so much more to check out here at the Capitol Hill Block Party. We'll check in with some artists as they get ready for the big weekend. But first, here's some tips on how to survive a 3-day music festival.
So you decided to go to a music festival. You got your ticket, travel arrangements are in place, but are you really ready? Surviving a 3-day festival can get intense, especially if you're not prepared. But we got you covered with some quick tips to getting the most out of the experience. Here's what the pros recommend you pack. Cash. Many vendors aren't interested in plastic, and chances of finding an ATM are slim. A phone. Don't forget your cell or a charger. Clothes. Pack light, but bring a few extra items. A pair of jeans, a pair of shorts, 3 tops, some kind of hoodie, and 3 sets of underwear should keep you covered. You should also throw in a pair of socks and a raincoat. It could get wet. Sleeping gear. Unless you plan on really roughing it, be sure to bring a tent and a bedroll. Cleaning stuff. If you want to stay fresh, or as fresh as you possibly can at an event filled with thousands of sweaty people, grab some hand sanitizer and wet wipes. Showers are a rarity at most festivals. Sunscreen. Unless you want to be miserable, it's a must. A camera. We know. Who hauls around a camera? But if you want killer photos and video, it's good to have a backup to your phone. A light backpack. Consolidate your gear as much as you can. You'll probably be carrying it all for most of the event. And finally, don't be afraid to do a little light research. Look at the artist lineup and event map and print the schedule so you don't miss seeing your favorite acts. So there you have it. Drink plenty of water, explore, get lost, make friends, fall in love, be nice, and just have fun.
The Capitol Hill Block Party came and went, but the vibe is here to stay.
What's poppin', everybody? My name is Marshall. I'm in the Marshall Law Band, and we're so excited to be a part of our first ever Capitol Hill Block Party.
Tonight, we go behind the scenes and behind the music.
It's a different kind of rock and roll, you know, like it's family cheesy.
These local artists got ready for the big show.
I like a lot of people that have been trying to hate up on me, but that's okay because I'm trying to shoot like Kobe. I don't know nobody else trying to hate up on. That's okay because I gotta throw the dog a bone.
Cairo 7 presents the 2019 Capitol Hill Block Party.
You know, like, I used to be there every day, used to be there every week. I used to have my people all over when I lived by the beach, but it never be that therapy. I see those blunts, gold shine in the sun, feels sweet, pale skin, with me climbing bottom the deep. I'm a writer though, and I'm a fighter with my soul, so I think I'm about to slide it in for me. Every word keeps coming into my mind. I got sleepless stomach pains and I still can't sleep, but you keep on coming into my mind. You know they say wake up, go to work, repeat, but you still been coming into my mind, holding me down underwater when I can't breathe. And you always been coming into my mind. I don't know what it's gonna take to make your leave, and you still been coming into my mind. You can never hold me, can't slow me underneath, even when you been coming into my mind. I'ma keep it back to the street. If you start coming into my mind, I might tell you to leave. How dare you keep coming into my mind? Ghost in a man never really ever scared me. What you mean? Mental health was the best investment, no question. In fact, I never get back to selecting a room angle with better iridescence, irresponsible light pressures like the dog and cookie jar when we be captain. Coming in ways in the night, so I start right shut under the ocean. Angles it was so special. Never guess I let go, so much self-control. Car was wired out to overnight sleep clinic electrodes. Say it with me now. You coming into my mind. Okay. One more time now. You coming into my mind. Yeah. You coming into my mind. You coming into my mind. You coming into my mind.
Marshall Law Band brings the soulful sounds of an old soul. Youthful and infectious energy on stage comes to life through a grin that's ear to ear. Marshall Hugh is a lyricist for positive change, producing feel-good music. But don't get it twisted, these reggae vibes turn grungy with the quickness. Truly living up to the name, pure mayhem, I just witnessed.
What's poppin', everybody? My name is Marshall. I'm in the Marshall Law Band. We're from Seattle. We play all up and down the West Coast, and we're so excited to be a part of our first ever Capitol Hill Block Party. You grow up as a musician, you grow up as a part of the community, knowing that Capitol Hill Block Party's happening every year, and you just look at that post and you're like, oh, who got the opportunity this year? Who's going to show out? And to see our name on that poster just lets us know that this music thing is worth it, and best summer ever. So it's a 9-piece band. It fluctuates. 6 is kind of our core number. It can fluctuate all the way up to 9. And we're funk, we're rock, we're hip hop, but more so than anything, we like making music that's influential and inspires people's mind and then lets you dance a little. Just dropped like our initial EP, that's No Souls to Heroes Journey, that we did with the hip opera. But right now we're just locking in come September to really get out some new music. We have about 15 songs just packaged, ready, waiting, and trying to see if we're going to try to do some distribution or what type of opportunities are going to come from Block Party or first tour, and make sure that the music is impactful and touches enough people. Christine and the Gutterballs, who's playing today at 4:45, he's our harmonica player, so we work with him naturally. He just went on tour with us. Scarlett Park, she's amazing. We're working on some stuff as always, and just like a lot of her Park Ave stuff, we're doing a lot. I'm hosting for her, going back and forth, and then there's a lot of stuff. There's like a lot of artists.
Let's dive a little bit into Park Ave.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you as an artist?
Right on. Well, I mean, what I love most about Scarlett is she's trying to create a real culture of musicians and celebrity culture within Seattle, and I think that's so unique and powerful for somebody to say, not only do I want to uplift myself, but I want to uplift the whole community as a whole. So as soon as Scarlett was actually a part of our hip opera, we did a play and our music, so she was the leading lady in that. And so ever since then, we've been great friends and hit it off, and whatever she needs from me to support and connect the community, that's what I'm about. So that's why we teamed up this weekend, just get my face with it, get all my homies with it, and it was a beautiful thing.
How has Park Ave as the social app helped you as an artist?
I mean, what I love about it is anytime there's like a gig opportunity, since like I said, we're a 9-piece band, so anybody can play any sort of instrument. So if someone's just looking for an acoustic guitar player, they'll post that up on Park Ave, boom, I'll find them. Another thing that's cool is just giving feedback. You can post your undone songs, your rough drafts, and people can give you feedback, and it's in like a safe and encouraging segment. So Park Ave, it's only getting up from here, and Scarlett's just killing it. Like from the outfit, from the fashion to the music, what she got going on is something I'm happy to be a part of. Me personally, like I love Tupac, big Led Zeppelin fan, Bob Marley, but my band, for example, my saxophone player is a huge metal lover, right? So it's from all spectrums. I've heard Sublime meets Rage Against the Machine. That's what people say to me. I'm not putting anything like that out there. I think we're ourselves. Most of the time I'll write the lyrics, and then like the homies will be like, that's trash, hey, go with this, like what are you really trying to say there? So that kind of, I'll come with like a rough draft, and then we'll refine it together. As far as musically goes, that's the band that's putting that together. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, I like this sound, go with it, but somebody will just sit down. They all write music, so they'll sit down with a lead sheet and be like, hey, I thought of this, and they take off and bring my words to life.
Cool.
Yeah, they're the best. Awesome. I love you boys. I love you boys. Can't wait for the night, man. I just want to say, anybody that has been supporting me through my musical journey, I know there's been some ups and downs with it, but I think that we're really putting out a product that everybody can relate to. It's for people 6 to 96. I used to say 86, but then I met a 96-year-old fan one time, so it's love. And we're going to keep trying to do things that are innovative, things that are creative, and we really appreciate the support. And thank you, Capitol Hill Block Party, for giving us a platform to share our love.
artist has their passions outside of music, and Valley Maker's Austin Crane is no different. This singer-songwriter from South Carolina uses a crowdsourcing technique when he's on tour to fill his band. But it's his work at the University of Washington that has him hoping for a brighter tomorrow.
I am a PhD student in geography. That was why I moved to Seattle originally. So I'm almost done with that, but I've been working on my PhD at UW for 6 years now. So I'm in the very final stage. I'm trying to kind of write up. I did research over the last couple of years in Europe on kind of migration issues there and humanitarian organizations that work with migrants in Europe. So I'm in the final stages of writing that up. So I'm hoping to graduate sometime next year. But I guess I feel like I would hope that like the project itself as it exists in the world can be encouraging for people at some level, or can, like, I feel like it's like the process of getting to tour and play music and travel around has been like a lot about, it has really made me think about like the value of community in the world and the value of music to bring us together. We live in a pretty crazy time right now, and it's often kind of sad. Like the politics of division are really intense right now, and I feel like in my graduate school part of life, I've been studying migration, and I feel like that's often, the politics of migration are really ugly right now in a lot of ways. Like there's a lot of exclusion towards migrants that's happening, and that's on the news every day, and I feel like that's not even a really, it's just an obvious thing that we all see our country's like in a kind of sad place with that right now. There's a lot of ugliness towards migrants, and towards like we're not being welcoming in ways that I would say we should be. And I feel like music, and I think it's important to be active around that, to try to work for justice and try to like make our cities and the places we live more inclusive and open. And that spending a lot of time for me doing research on that and thinking about that is often kind of a heavy place to be thinking about. And it's good, it should be heavy, but I think getting to play music has also provided a space in my life to really just like connect with people, a lot of different people, like around the world even. And like that's really, it's made me think a lot about how much we need music and art in the times that we're living in right now. And I don't feel like my art or music in any particular way has like a unique vantage point necessarily to offer into the time that we're living in any more than others do. But I hope that like just the act of like being a creative and like getting to play music and do that in community with other people and travel around, and I don't know, your lives intersect with a lot of people through that. And I would hope that however I'm doing that can make spread love and peace in the world. I guess that's maybe a Pollyanna-ish way to say that, but I also feel like we need a lot more of that right now, and I need a lot more of that in my life, and I feel like music always brings that for me. And I would hope that to whatever extent my music traffics in the world, it can also be a force of love in some kind of way. So
the dust has cleared at the Capitol Hill Block Party. I've been in the lab all week putting this video together, so I hope you enjoyed the vibe. I want to thank every artist that came and talked to us to share their story, from Scarlet Park to Martial Law Band, the Black Tones, Nick Weaver, Valley Maker, Moon Palace, and the Common Collective. You can catch all of our artist interviews online in the raw video section on KIRO7.com, and download the KIRO 7 app on your smart TV to enjoy more exclusive Capitol Hill content. I'm producer Pabs, and this has been a KIRO 24/7 special.